All right, guys, I've got one concept from every major religion related to money. They all say the same thing about money in this specific regard. And I would argue that by following this thing, you would get more wealth. Whether you believe in God or not, I think that this opens doors for becoming more wealthy. The reason I will give you is because I believe by doing this one thing, the universe is more willing to reward you with wealth. But if you're an atheist, obviously you're not going to believe that. But let's get into it. Okay, so Christianity has this concept of tithing. Islam has this concept of zakat, which is a fixed percentage of wealth given to the poor. Judaism has what's called tzedakah, which is righteous giving. Hinduism uses the word dana or dana, which is charitable giving. Buddhism uses that same word dana or dana. And the Tao says, the Tao Te Ching says, generosity flows naturally from living in harmony. And I want to say about the Jews, one of the laws of Moses that the Jews had was they were required to leave 10% of their field unharvested so poor people could go and eat that food. And I think that all of this lines up with the heart or the will of God, given the fact that every major religion has the same thing. And I think the Jewish law was to mimic in law form what the heart of God was like. And so if you want to be financially successful, giving is the key to that. In the Bible, it specifically says, if you give to the poor, your barns will be overflowing. And if we think of this from like a spiritual concept standpoint or a psychology, so if you're an atheist here watching this, I want to talk to you about a psychological reason why this would be a good thing. And also to the spiritual community who does not necessarily follow a religion. What happens when you give, I'm going to use the term spiritually and psychologically in the same thing. So both spiritually and psychologically, this will take place. When you give, you are opening yourself up to an abundance mindset. When you choose to give, when you don't have anything or you have very little, psychologically, you are taking an action that is saying, it's training your brain to think, money is abundant, I can give. I have enough, I can give to this person. So spiritually and psychologically, you're telling your brain, I can give. Money is more available. There's more money available. Giving is okay. And when you start thinking in that pattern, you then will start taking actions psychologically that align with that. Well, if I now believe something, my actions follow that belief. So if I believe that I can give away this money, that I'll make more, then my body and brain are going to follow up with that and say, you're right, we can make more. Then your subconscious is going to go to work and start figuring out ways to get more money. So if you're an atheist or in the spiritual community, you could say spiritually, you're saying you're coming from a energy of abundance or a vibration of abundance. I already have everything. I can give more. Therefore, I can now, law of attraction, attract more things. And psychologically, if we're looking strictly biologically, if you're an atheist, we can say that this is psychologically telling our subconscious that we are abundant, and then allowing our subconscious to freely come up with more ideas, and we can then be richer, because I'm telling my psyche and my subconscious, you are going to make more money. Don't worry about it. Money is easily attainable. You can give this away. And then your psyche's going to go ahead and make ideas, pop them into your conscious brain that gives you ways to make more money. So that's what I wanted to say. Giving is congruent among all world religions. Even the spiritual community, I think, and atheists could agree with this. Have a wonderful day, guys.